Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Highway to the Danger Zone, Their Thoughts and Feelings. So let's go ahead and get after it. We're going to get settled and get moving. Let's do it. Pile number 1 is represented by the black tea light. Pile number 2 is the purple tea light. And pile number 3 is the red tea light. Hope everyone is hanging in there during this full moon cycle that we just had, along with the solar eclipse coming up here at the end of Aries season, at the very beginning of Taurus season. There's just a lot going on. It's hard to keep everything straight. Dear Lord, let's go ahead and get into it. We will start with pile number 1. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called Highway to the Danger Zone, Their Thoughts and Feelings. We're going to find out whoever is on your mind, what their thoughts and feelings are towards you right now, pile number 1. So buckle in, baby. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to do the oracle cards first, and then I'll do the tarot. I'm just going to get a few channeled messages, if they will come. Okay, I'm seeing like a seesaw, so perhaps that's how it feels in this connection. One moment up, one moment down. I'm also seeing like a playground or kids playing at the playground, or perhaps like at recess. Perhaps you took your kiddo to the park. Perhaps you went to pick your kid up and saw him there. Perhaps you were, whatever you were doing. Maybe you're a nanny. Who knows, pile number 1. Let's go ahead. Okay, I just got the name Rochelle. And I just heard Tina Marie, okay? Maybe you know someone with that name or somebody mentioned it to you. Mahogany chair. And that's also a color, like a brown color of hair. I think there's a hair dye actually called mahogany. Maybe some of you dyed your hair a darker color or a darker brown. Let's see, anything else here for pile number 1 for channeled messages before we start? I just heard crystal ball. Maybe some of you got a little crystal ball. I know you can buy one and learn how to scry with it or look into it or gaze into it. Let's go ahead and I feel like some of you have been thinking about Neptune lately, pile number 1. Let's go ahead and get into it and find out the highway to the danger zone. There's the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So you're fruitful and multiplying over there. Pile number 1, let's look at the oracle cards first. We have, I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not, wearing a mask, okay? Well, that up and down that I was seeing, that seesaw, playing games, I was seeing the playground at the beginning. It could have to do with playing games and not being really clear where things are headed. I'm seeing the letter A. In here we have quincunx and complexity. Of course, in astrology, a quincunx are 2 planets that aren't exactly playing nice together, and they're having a hard time understanding. Me no comprehende, okay? And we have here the ascendant. So I feel like this person is saying, I don't know if you understand who I am. They're like, I don't know, pile number 1, if you really understand who I am or what I'm throwing down or what I'm doing. I don't even know if I understand what I'm doing. I feel like this person is saying too. And, you know, this person may have a hard time expressing who they are at times, pile number 1. We have rekindle, okay? So we have rekindling something. And for some of you, I'm also getting that this person could be with another person or talking to another person or doing something else with another person. However, they're sick of wearing a mask with that person. They're wanting to rekindle something with you. This thing is more complicated than, you know, I was just thinking about a pizza, I don't know why, that had like, you know, that had like 5 different people that were sharing it, and 5 different sections of it or 3 different sections of it had different toppings than the other. I mean, could you imagine ordering a pizza like that? That's an insane I don't know why I just got that message, but it's complicated, you know, hashtag it's complicated. We have the lightness of being and Venus in Libra, okay? I do feel like this person thinks about you, pile number one, because I feel like their outlook is changing. Things are complicated for this person, pile number one, but they remember something about you, or when they think of you, they remember a certain like way that you were. They remember a certain, like you're like a cool breeze to them, or your words are very like they land very well, or your voice is very nice, or you know, some people are like, you know, sandpaper on your skin, and dealing with them can be very frustrating. And I feel like, you know, this person thinks about like how nice you are, or how easy something was, or, you know, how they wish something was still kind of light and easy and nice, okay? And I feel like they're saying, I'd like to rekindle, or I'd like to get something going again here, as long as it's light and nice and easy. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl, okay, pile number one. And they're like, you know, if it's gonna be like some crazy complicated thing where it's up and down and I have to wear a mask and it's really tough situation, I don't know if I want it. I feel like this person is kind of sick of difficult personalities, especially in a significant other, okay? And anyway, okay? Somebody could also work or do a hobby where they get their hands dirty, or their hands are covered with dirt, or that type of thing, okay? Because I'm also seeing that too. But, you know, wistfully longing for the past is kind of a little bit of a, when things were easier, when things were simpler, when things were nicer, okay? Let's go ahead and let's find out here, what message does this person want to share with my pile number ones? What message do you want to share with Cassandra or Elizabeth or Genuine? Let's go ahead. I don't know why I just said Genuine like that. It's 7-11 in your reading, pile number one. Me making no sense today. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Mercury's about ready to be retrograde. Let's see. What is their message to pile number one? What is their message? I just heard It's About Damn Time. That song by Lizzo where she's like, it's about damn time. Anyway, the Nine of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. So anxieties, pressures, things that make you go, for sure. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Devil, okay? The Six of Pentacles and the Devil is a very interesting energy, because it's like, I don't share nice. I don't like sharing. If something's mine, I want to keep it for myself. I'm not a person that likes to share. I like to covet things. I like to keep things for myself. If something's beautiful, I want it for myself. I don't want to share it with anybody else, okay? It's a very interesting energy. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, okay? It's almost like for things to get better, they have to get worse and then they change. I don't know why I just got something like that, but with the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this person is like, you know, something, the Wheel of Fortune is a very expansive energy. It's Jupiter energy, and the Devil is Saturn. So they're completely different, opposite things. They both want two different things. One wants expansion and growth and change, and the other one wants to covet and keep something the same and doesn't want anything to be different or to change. And one wants to hide the truth and the other one wants to be completely open. So, you know, there has to be some kind of compromise with the Six of Pentacles. and some type of sharing and openness going on. And it's like this person is saying, I have a hard time changing sometimes because I don't know where I'm going in my life, but I really don't want to be like this anymore, okay? And with the Nine of Swords, I do feel like there's a conversation that's weighing heavy on this person's mind right now, and something that they need to talk about or something that they need to bring up. And, you know, it's one thing to pretend like you're completely fine when everything isn't fine, you know, and then just leave the other person to kind of guess what's happening. I mean, this is kind of like, you know, this is kind of not good, right? I feel like if we're like, oh yeah, things are moving smoothly and going along just smoothly, right? With the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel's turning, everything's going, everything's moving like it should be, but the devil is there too. So, you know, this is a person who's sick of wearing a mask. So it's like, I'm presenting myself as being fine with the way that things are, but underneath it, I'm jealous, I'm coveting, I'm worried, I don't want to share my feelings. I don't really want to put things out there. They may be waiting for you to kind of put things out there. I feel like they've almost said, like, I've kind of defined my position. Like, it's up to you to meet me halfway now. I feel like that's kind of what they're saying. With the devil, I feel like there's not really an intention to change all that much, okay? And I feel like they're saying, if things could be light and easy and nice and carefree, like in the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is a very nice card, then we can move forward, the Wheel of Fortune. But if things stay as they are right now, then no, I feel like is what this person is saying. And I do feel like it's a conversation with the Nine of Swords that needs to be had. There's kind of like the elephant in the room. I feel like you and this person are needing a conversation here. Pile number one. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw a song for you guys here. And it's almost like they want you to kind of bend to them a little bit. It's almost like they're saying, I don't really want to change anymore. I don't really want to do any more of the work. I don't really want to be any different than I've been before. If you want things to go back to how they were before, or if you want things to move forward, then, you know, then you're going to kind of have to bend to me, is what I feel like this person is saying. It's almost like they want you to be easy to work with, pile number one, with rekindle and lightness of being and Venus and Libra. It's like they don't want any problems. They don't want any issues. And they're not really, you know, they're stubbornly kind of like, they're stubbornly not giving a whole lot, because I also think this person makes things harder than they need to be because of the way that they perceive situations and their role in it. I definitely feel like, you know, if people could just be open with the Six of Pentacles and share their feelings. The Six of Pentacles is completely opposite to the devil. The Six of Pentacles is like open and generous and clear about what it wants and what it's willing to give and how it's going to harmonize with another person. Six of Pentacles is a very nice card, but with the devil is completely opposite of that. Devil is like, no, you know, like, I'm done giving I'm done, you know, like, don't expect anything else from me. And, you know, what the devil says, what you see is what you get. Like, that's it. You know, also the devil can be hiding things, can be an energy of hiding things. And, you know, it's one thing to pretend that everything's fine in a connection when there's something looming or there's an elephant in the room or something hasn't been shared. I'm going to go ahead. Can I get a song here as an advice to close for my pile number ones? You and this person, I mean, if you're to be together, or if you're to, you know, if you're, I almost feel like this person is saying you're going to kind of, I'd be interested in rekindling, but you're the one that I kind of want to move this forward. They're kind of like, will you move this forward? Because I feel like this person can't really handle much right now. Let's go, like any little thing could send them into a tizzy, I kind of feel like. Wow, we have on the bottom of the deck, Fuck Dave by Drama, the group Drama. Loving you is cold, loving you is lonely, loving you is pointless, loving you is holding me back inside. I'm back in life with you, okay? So some of you might be kind of feeling this way, like, you know, this situation is pointless, or, you know, I have to pretend like I have no issues with what's going on or what this person is doing in order to exist in this partnership, or perhaps that's how it was in the past. I am seeing with the devil, I am seeing some unfairness, and with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, oh, well, fuck it, just keep going anyway, you know, and it's like, no, okay, like, there probably does need to be an open conversation here, because there's a lot of assumptions being made with the devil, I feel. Wow, oh my God, that's so funny. I said genuine. Remember earlier, you guys, when I was channeling, I said genuine. And anyway, here's the song Pony by Genuine from back in the day that says, I'm just a bachelor, I'm looking for a partner. Someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible, okay? That's right. Like they're saying, you know, I want someone I could be myself around, or somebody that's easy for me to be around with. Hey, you know, I'm just a simple bachelor, Six of Pentacles, looking for a partner. You know, someone who knows how to ride the Wheel of Fortune without falling off. Gotta be compatible. Take me to my limits, the devil. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't want to get off, okay? So, you know, I mean, they certainly have a healthy appetite. I will put it that way. Pile number one. But I also feel like this person is saying, you know, they want something simple, or they want something straightforward. They're like, I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off, okay? And it's like, take me to my limits, but don't make me go, you know, I don't know. I feel like this is a lot of you. The only thing I don't like about this pile number one is I feel like it's a lot of work for you, okay? I mean, maybe it's hot, and maybe it's fun, and maybe you guys need something light and I always got the word cheesy, light and sleazy and cheesy. Maybe you need something like that to get your blood boiling these days, but I also kind of feel like this person's like shrugging their shoulders, like, I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner. It's like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, buddy or girl or whoever, because I feel like this person thinks that, you know, maybe you overcomplicate things with this quincunx, or at times you're contradicting yourself, or, you know, that what you say to them requires some type of translation. You know, or that, you know, with quincunx, somebody could be trying to change someone that isn't in the mood for that, you know, like, yeah, I mean, quincunxes are very difficult aspects in astrology. So, you know, sometimes difficulty creates sexual intrigue. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? But, you know, with the devil and the Wheel of Fortune, we want to be careful that we're not trying to put legs on something that isn't growing. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we really need to, with the ascendant, we really need to take a look within ourselves here with this ascendant and really analyze it, you know? And this person could be thinking about like how to approach you, or how to unlock the door with you that causes as little you know, impact to them as possible, okay? I actually think this person gets anxiety with the Nine of Swords here. They may get relationship anxiety at times, or they may get overheated or overstimulated because of relationships and go into this big complexity that doesn't really need to happen. Like, things could be going well, Six of Pentacles, and this person kind of, I feel like, has a way of crashing and burning a little bit here. Pile number one, okay? So I think you just have to understand if you want to get on that pony and ride that pony or not. Because I feel like this person would like you to ride that pony. I don't know if you're in, I don't know, you know, maybe some of you here with this Nine of Swords feel a little bit uneasy about that, or feel a little bit like, I just got the word like sex doesn't fix everything. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people use it as a way to kind of cover up over things, but you know, there's kind of like looming conversations that need to be had. Okay, so the Nine of Swords in the tarot represents Mars in Gemini. Maybe some of you here have Mars in Gemini, or this last retrograde over the last, like, you know, Mars is in Cancer now, but it was starting in October of last year. I think it was August, actually, Mars went into Gemini. It was in Gemini for a really long time, retrograding. And maybe some of you have been having this whole thing going on since, you know, July, August, September of last year, okay? So anyway, pile number one, I think you're doing great. I was going to say, I think you're the greatest since sliced bread, pile number one. I don't think you need all this drama unless you're just looking for a simple bachelor, but this person doesn't seem that simple either. Pile number one, life is a paradox, isn't it? Now, for those of you that enjoyed that reading and you're like, gee, I'd like a personal reading, you can certainly book one with me. There's information in the description box below to do that. And for those of you that would like a natal chart reading from me, there's also information in the description box below for how to book a natal chart reading. Take care, everybody, and blessings on your path. Let's move on to pile number one, or pile number two. Let's do pile number two. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called Highway to the Danger Zone. Let's get it. Pile number two, we got some Top Gun nostalgia going on here today on Power Moon Tarot, Natalie H. So let's get after it. Pile number two, it chose the purple tea light. First, I'm going to get channeled messages for you guys, and then we're going to go into your oracle and then into the tarot, okay? So let's go ahead and see for my pile number two. Okay, I just got the word Reddit. So possibly some of you are on Reddit looking up things, or you're a part of some Reddit group, or you like Reddit. Maybe you hate it. Let's see. I just heard the word Samantha. I just heard hamster. Maybe someone had a hamster named Samantha, or you know someone that named Samantha that has a hamster, but Spirit just gave me. I also heard hamster wheel. So like going and going and going, and things maybe being a little monotonous or tiring. Pile number two, maybe some of you have been dealing with a lot of work stuff lately, a lot of hamster wheel work stuff. Let's see what else for pile number two. I just heard Mickey D's. So maybe someone had McDonald's today. I don't know, but, or you're thinking about it right now. You're like, damn, I want some food. Quick food, something good. Let's see what else here for pile number two. What else can you show me? Something about split ears or split earrings, or somebody that has, you know how sometimes people get piercings and they like split things, or maybe somebody had a pair of earrings and you lost one of them and it split up the pair, but something split, something split. Lickety split. Pile number two. I never even say that. I don't really know where that came from, but anyway, hop to it. I'm all there with the Easter jokes. Anyway, pile number two with the bunny Easter jokes. Let's see. Let's see anything else for pile number two before I end this cheese fest. Let's see. What else for pile number two? Anything else? Okay, I just heard something about Macbeth. Okay, so maybe the name Beth is important, or the play Macbeth, or somebody here writes, or Shakespeare, or something like that. Yeah, 10 of Wands, talk about the hamster wheel of life. Oof. Oofta. Pile number 2. Let's go ahead, and I'm saying a lot of words I don't normally say, so let's get after it. Pile number 2. I love this rainbow aura quartz. I think I'll put it in your reading right there. Let's see, what are their thoughts? I feel like some of you are like, I shouldn't even be asking about their thoughts and feelings. I got way too much shit going on. So if that's your truth, pile number 2, live it. We have stripping down feminine beliefs. Okay, interesting. Pile number 2, that's a very ambiguous card because it could either mean someone wants to see you naked, or somebody just wants you to change the way you think about them, or the way that you look at relationships, or the give and take between the divine masculine and the divine feminine in relationships. But we have Uranus here and revolution. They say you want a revolution. Pile number 2. All right, Uranus, innovation, freedom, experimenting. Yeah, stripping down feminine beliefs, experimentation, doing some different shit, doing some unexpected things, you know, living on the edge over here. Pile number 2, highway towards the danger zone. We have Libra and the idealist. Okay. So this person, I feel like, thinks that you're a unique thinker, that you're somebody different, that you're somebody like they haven't met before, that you're truly a unique, you know, a unique bird, as the British would say. But you're just very, you know, they think that you're very probably popular, and that, you know, artistic, that you're fair, that you're choosy, that you do seem like an air sign in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of people don't know astrology, but they know when somebody's kind of like, you know, full of ideas and socially aware and charming, and, you know, has a little bit of an attitude or a little bit of spunk, you know, to you as well, with Uranus there. And I feel like this person's like winking and they're like, you're a troublemaker. Like pile number 2's a troublemaker. All right. And I feel like this person is saying, well, you certainly have been creating waves in my life, or you certainly have been making me see things in new ways. And it's like they're saying, sometimes I'm seeing the halo around her. It's like, oh, you act all innocent, but I know you're not. I know there's like a freaky freak in there with Uranus, is that freaky freak type of energy. And some of you could work in computers or gaming, or you could be very good with technology, or just very smart, you know, and interesting. So, I mean, I think like you guys challenge a lot of the gender norms, whether you're a man or a woman, and the way a woman's supposed to think, or the way a man is supposed, whatever. I feel like you guys kind of challenge those norms, and you're very like different. I also just got the word aqua. So some of you may be Aquarians as well, or have Aquarius in your chart. Or you're like, yeah, it's my Aquarius moon or rising or whatever. But I mean, you're just different, I feel. And some of you may have like really cool headdresses or scarves, or you might have cool like masks that you can wear. Like some people like wearing those very like mysterious masks to like parties. I forget what they're called. But I mean, you're just a different spicy tea. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2, you got a different little spice going on with you. And I feel like this person's like, you know, like you're pretty surprising to them, or you come across to them in a very surprising type of way. And I do think they like your mind, and they find your insights very, you know, very exciting, right? Uranus is a very pumped up, excited planet. Ooh, commitment phobe. Wow. So this person could actually think that you're a commitment phobe, pile number 2, because I kind of feel like you're not a conformist, and you may not be a conformist. We have stripping down feminine beliefs. Some of you may have tattoos. You may have, I'm seeing really long dark hair, like, you know, like a leopard tattooed on the shoulder, or like animal print tattoo, or, you know, like stars on the shoulder, like this type of thing. You're just, you know, you're different. I feel like you guys have a very like gung-ho attitude about life. Like, it's like, I kind of feel, pile number 2, I kind of feel like you were, this is weird to say, but I kind of feel you were like me when I was younger a little bit. Like when I was younger, I was very non-conforming. I was definitely against marriage. I was definitely like, you know, very liberal, very progressive, you know, bisexual, dated men and women. Like, I don't know, you guys are kind of giving me that vibe a little bit. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are either, but you're definitely, I mean, you can be 60 years old and you just live in a place that where you're different than the other people there, you're different than the other men and women there. Like, you're just giving off a vibe that you're something different, okay? And you may not be giving off vibes that you're super like open to commitment right now, or that you may not have a very high opinion of monogamy or committed relationships or marriage or something like that. We got commitment phobes, but we got, this person may be a little bit of a commitment phobe too. I feel like you and this person have
high flirtatious vibes together, but there is this kind of like question mark in the background. You know, and Uranus is the planet of rebellion. So it's like, you know, middle fingers to the sky. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know, I don't care because I knew you were lame by your wallet chain. That's that's a song by the Donnas. If you guys ever remember that from back in the, it's called I Don't Care by the Donnas. For those of my wildcats in pile number 2, check that song out. It's from earlier in time. I don't even know, but it's called I Don't Care by the Donnas. Anyway, so there, I don't care. But we have card number 5 here, like a flower in the springtime. And we have Venus in Taurus. Well, Venus was just in Taurus. And, you know, she's a bit of an exhibitionist. Like, the gal here is completely full frontal, you know, nothing on, no anything, like, you know, that type of thing. And she's as fresh as a daisy in the springtime. And, you know, she looks like she's ready to party, or she looks like she's ready to have some fun. I see the long, dark red hair or the long, dark black hair. But somebody here is a bit of an exhibitionist and is fresh as a daisy in the springtime. And, you know, spring is a time where people really get amped up and they really get, you know, turned on. Like, spring is kind of like baby making time. You know, not to say that anyone's doing that, but, you know, it's a time to kind of get the libido going again. And I mean, I feel like you guys are having fun, pile number 2. And I just saw the word prom. So maybe some of you were thinking about your prom, or the fact that you didn't get the prom that you wanted. Or I'm also seeing PM or PLM as initials here too. Okay, and somebody could have a bracelet with a moon on it, or like a charm with a moon on it is also what I'm seeing here. I also feel there could be someone who likes to sleep naked, or in the middle of the night, mysteriously clothes just kind of fall off, and it's like in the morning you're like, how did this happen, type of thing. Or you could have told this person, hey, I don't like sleeping with clothes on. Sometimes I like to go au natural. And this person's like, okay, you say you want a revolution over here. So, you know, I think this person is like a little like, I mean, I feel you two are kind of looking at each other like you like each other, but there's also like this dance going on between you two where it's kind of like, who's going to make the first move? Who's going to do the first thing? Like, you know, I mean, sometimes when you get two people that are kind of avoidant in a relationship or talking to one another, it can be kind of interesting. And, you know, I was an avoidant for like so many years of my life, pile number 2. So I feel like I can't, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're just not in a phase, then you're not in a phase. No one says everyone has to be together or be in a partnership, you know. But I kind of also just feel like you guys are just maybe in a fuck it mood, or you're just kind of like, you know, I just feel like embracing me right now. I don't really feel like whatever. You know, I just got Wakanda, which I think is that place in the movie Black Panther. So perhaps some of you like that movie or you watched that movie. Um, but anyway, I mean, I just feel like this person thinks that you're something different, okay? And you're like a flower in the springtime, you know? You're like low hanging fruit, like, you know, begging to be picked off the tree, this type of thing. Like, you know, the juiciest fruit waiting to be kind of taken from the tree and eat the fruit. So, you know, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't really know. Like, maybe you guys are considering something with this person, or you're a little bit indecisive. You're like, I don't know. Or you're giving this person a bit of an indecisive Libra vibe of, you know, making them squirm a little bit. Yeah, anyway, pile number 2. I mean, I kind of like it for you. I do. I don't know if there's an epic amount of long-term potential in this connection. We'll find out a little bit more here, pile number 2, but there certainly is, you know, mental intrigue and a way to pass the time, which as humans, we all need a way to pass the time that feels interesting. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see for my pile number 2s. What is this person's message to pile number 2? There's that 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck again. Isn't that funny? And yeah, I mean, you guys gotta, I feel like you guys work hard for your independence. Uranus is a planet of independence. I feel like a lot of you have had to work really hard for your independence, or you're a self-made woman or a self-made man, or, you know, like, it hasn't been easy for you. A lot of you have had to do a lot of stuff on your own, and I feel like some of you could kind of built up a hard exterior because of that, and I get it. And I feel like you deserve respect, pile number 2, for the life that you've created for yourself. And with Uranus, not everyone's going to understand you or your ideas or why you think or act the way you do, but it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, we need people who are different. We especially need strong examples of independent women, okay? For those of you that are bringing that kind of energy. All right, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Okay. I feel like they're saying you're the only one stopping this from happening, or, you know, I want to spend time with you. I want to make out with you. I want to get on the same page as you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I'm trying to, you know, kiss you and talk to you and get to know you. And you're the one that's a little aloof, I feel, pile number 2, okay? And, you know, maybe you're that way because you've been through things, or because your independence is very hard won, or because, you know, you went through some challenging stuff in your life by yourself on your own, and it created a sense of rugged individualism. Hey, I get it, pile number 2. But I also feel like this person is saying, if you'd let me in, I would want to talk to you more or get closer more. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's interesting. The Wheel of Fortune came up in pile number 1 as well. And Highway to the Danger Zone is very much a Wheel of Fortune card, I guess, because it's like, which way is the wheel gonna go? You know, sometimes you're at the top of the wheel, sometimes you're at the bottom of the wheel. The universe controls everything. We're just pawns in this game, you know, in this Ponzi scheme called life, pretty much, pile number 2. But anyway, I feel we are just pawns in this Ponzi scheme called life. We should write a book or a poem. Anyway, about that, pile number 2. I love it because you guys are irreverent. You're funny. You're irreverent. I like that. You know, this Wheel of Fortune is fascinating in this deck because it's essentially a faceless Wheel of Fortune with no face, you know, and the face is completely shadowed or dark, and in the back of it, you see the 4 fixed signs. You see Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, and we see the, you know, the big wheel keeps on turning, as they say. You know, there's been plenty of songs about that. I'm also seeing Taurus and Scorpio, that there could be a Taurus and Scorpio energy going on. We have Libra here. You know, with the Wheel of Fortune, we don't always know where things are headed. We're just kind of going with it, you know? And I feel like this person is saying, hey, you know, I don't really know where this is headed. You don't really know where this is headed. But, you know, like, we're both strong people. I feel you and this person are both quite strong-willed people. I also feel like somebody could think that they have ugly feet. I don't know why, pile number 2, but I'm just seeing that. But I mean, I also feel you and this person are quite strong-willed people. But at the same time, I feel like you and this person are both very open to life at the same time, because you know that you can't control everything in life. And sometimes life just kind of like flings you where you're supposed to be, right? So I feel like this person is saying, I don't know what the future holds either. I'm not sure. There may be some issue too with the Wheel of Fortune of where people are living or where people are going in the future, and whether people are going to like stay. Are you going to stay where you are? Are you going to continue to live where you live in the city with them or in opposite cities? Like, there is something here about, you know, for those of you where you live in different cities or you live in different places, there is something about being rooted in a particular place for right now, but maybe not in the future, you know? And I feel like this person is saying that, I feel like with the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune, they think that you're a good match for them, okay? Like, you have similar temperaments, you're both stubborn, you both really like to talk and like to have an intellectual connection as well as a sexual connection with the Lovers. And I feel like they're saying, like, you know, I also feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, we can try to want to have control, you know, like sometimes we're trying to control something that just has its own innate destiny, you know? And I do feel like this person's trying to trust their destiny right now. And also they're trying to make better decisions with the Lovers. But with the Four of Pentacles, you guys may not be like super cooperative. Pile number 2, imagine that. You're not super cooperative right now. And, you know, Libra is cooperative energy, but when you put it with Uranus, not so much. It's more like, you know, it's more about going one's own way a little bit more, okay? So it's about having radical and unique ideas that have the ability to change the way someone views something, but your ability to kind of come and go where you want to go. And I don't think there's a lot of solidity with the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. Like, they're not cards that scream solidity. They're both mutable. Like, the Lovers is Gemini and the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, which, you know, when I think of Jupiter, I think of Sagittarius or Pisces. So, you know, it's not really like, the Wheel of Fortune is very positive though, in the sense that, you know, you can't fight the moonlight. As Leanne Rimes would say, can't fight the moonlight with the Wheel of Fortune. It just keeps on moving, okay? So, yeah, you know, I do feel like you get this person's pulse going, pile number 2. I really do. I almost feel like this person is saying with the Wheel of Fortune, like, kind of give in to your feelings or give in to the moment and talk to me, you know, with the Lovers, like, talk to me, baby, give in to the moment. Let's see where this goes. We don't know. And I also feel like they're like, you're kind of the one that's kind of putting up the stop sign a little bit, or you're the one that's kind of putting up a little bit of a wall, perhaps, okay? But for good reason, I feel pile number 2 because of what you've gone through. But I also feel like this person has a genuine interest in you too, pile number 2. So, you know, and as far as longevity with the Wheel of Fortune, we really can't say, right? Because a lot of it has to do with life factors. such as like where people live and what their jobs are and what they have time for and where they're currently at in their life cycle. You know, there's a lot of variables with the Wheel of Fortune. But let's get a song here. Can I get a song of advice here for my pile number 2s? Can I get a song of advice? Pile number 2, I like your energy though. I think it's fresh. I like people that are different and unique and like freshly think about things in a new way. And it's fun. Let's see. There it is. Okay, I knew you guys were gonna have a pink card. Ooh, all right. The Look by Roxette is on the bottom of the deck. Tasty like a raindrop. She's got the look. Heavenly bound, because heaven's got a number. When she's spinning me around, kissing is a color. Her loving is a wild dog. She's got the look. Yeah, well, you look like it anyway with all this. You got the look going on. You got the whole flow here, pile number 2. Wow. Okay. Your guys' song is Tear You Apart by She Wants Revenge. Okay, so some of you could be with this stripping down of feminine beliefs. It's like not all, you know, people need lovemaking to be all soft and tender and looking into each other's eyes. Like some people have different ideas of what, you know, makes them hot or whatever. But, you know, here, this song Tear You Apart by She Wants Revenge. The group She Wants Revenge. And your lyrics are, I want to hold you close, skin pressed against me tight. Lie still and close your eyes. So lovely, it feels so right. I want to hold you close, soft breaths and beating heart. As I whisper in your ear, I want to fucking tear you apart. Oh boy, pile number 2. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Like somebody could definitely be into biting or, you know, a little bit different here with Uranus, okay? With the Lovers too, it's like, I want to hold you close. I want to whisper things in your ear, you know, and very shocking things too. And maybe you said very shocking things to this person too, and they were like, woo, you know, that's like kind of getting me going or whatever, pile number 2. So interesting. Your guys' homework, listen to Tear You Apart by She Wants Revenge. Pile number 2, thank you so much for being here, my lovelies. And I hope to see you again soon. For those of you that would like a tarot reading, personal reading from me, there's information in the description box below for how to book. If you'd like a natal chart reading with me, there's also information below for how to book a natal chart reading. I hope you have a great rest of your day, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Highway to the Danger Zone, my darlings. You chose red, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, get some channeled messages. We'll get into your oracle, and then we'll do the tarot, okay? So let's go ahead first and see if there are any channeled messages for my pile number 3s. I just heard domino or dice. Perhaps some of you played dominoes or dice, or you had a dice or something, but I just heard that. Some people have those like puffy stuffed dice that they hang from their thing in their car. You know, you can kind of like hang them or use them as a decorative thing. Do you know what I'm talking about, pile number 3? Maybe you guys have something hanging off your mirror in your car, but something that someone gave you. Let's see what else for pile number 3. I feel like you guys are saying I have a lot of weird stuff, Natalie. I like don't know where to start. But anyway, let's go ahead. Okay. I just heard bear or grizzly bear. Perhaps someone you knew had an encounter with a grizzly bear, or somebody was talking about being angry or likes to puff themselves up like a bear when they're mad. Perhaps you did that when you were a kid, or maybe you have a child that does that or likes to growl, or maybe you like to growl when you were younger.
Anyway, pile number 3. Let's see what else Spirit would like to give me when it comes to you. Okay, I just heard Little Red Riding Hood. Maybe you were that one year for Halloween, or you liked that story when you were younger. Pile number 3. Let's see what else. I just heard pink toes, light pink toes. Maybe someone here is just painting their toenails light pink toes. And what else? Oh, okay. 6 of Wands, getting noticed, getting accolades. Pile number 3. Okay, the 2 of Cups. And, you know, the 2 of Cups, it kind of fell out that way. We will look at the Empress on the bottom of the deck, okay? Interesting, because the 2 of Cups kind of fell out sideways, a little bit upside down. Now, there's one thing that I think has been maybe going back and forth in your guys' head, perhaps, before I start into their feelings, like success versus love. Like, you know, I want to move forward with something in my life right now that's very important to me, some goals, dreams, and ambitions. Obviously, like feelings and love is still important in life, but maybe some of you have been putting that on the back burner, or perhaps you haven't been ultra sentimental these days, or you've just been eye on the prize, okay? And it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of like, well, I should focus on my love life, but I gotta ride this wave while I'm on it, okay? And some of you could be finding success in other areas of your life anyway, besides love. And so you're feeling that lift perhaps in other areas of your life, but maybe not as much when it comes to love, which is fine. Like some periods of our life are for, you know, tackling it and, you know, and being very visible with our pride and success, and, you know, and having a bit of well-earned arrogance is what I would say, pile number 3. And, you know, arrogance isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, you could call it confidence, well-earned confidence. And, you know, sometimes we need to celebrate ourselves that way and be really proud and strong about what we are achieving and working and doing. And, you know, sometimes love isn't the most important thing, but that's okay. Pile number 3. Let's go ahead and find out for that person that pile number 3 came here for. What are their thoughts and feelings? We have I'm no good, toxic. Ooh, all right. Well, as Britney Spears would say, you're toxic. Anyway, we have conjunction and empowerment. Okay. And it's really hard to empower when somebody is not good for someone else. That's quite odd, right? Because conjunction, sometimes when you put 2 things together, they're good apart or they're good on their own, but they're not the best together. Because when we come together, we want to make sure that we're strengthening, we're intensifying, we're joining forces, we're becoming allies in something, we're making ourselves stronger in what we're doing. But I feel like this person maybe knows about your empowerment or can see your success or knows something about your empowerment, but they're still saying that they're no good. Let's see what else. We have Aries. Wow. Okay. So we've got somebody with Aries energy, and, you know, of course, Aries is the warrior, and Aries is the commander, and Aries likes to be first, you know? And so that's very interesting. Some of you may have felt like you were kind of in a competition with this person, okay? Or that they tried to be in a competition with you, which is very odd energy for like a romantic connection. It's like, you know, get your shit together. If this person is trying to be in competition with pile number 3, it's like, why don't you just try supporting your partner rather than competing with them? That doesn't really make sense, you know? Like, people are supposed to empower each other, right? And this person, their thoughts and feelings, Aries, it says on here, fierce, assertive, fiery,
okay, on a mission. So the Six of Wands is very fiery and on a mission too. And I feel like this person is seeing that you're kind of coming into your own. Perhaps some of you are having your own businesses. Perhaps some of you are getting promoted, or you're leading something, or you decided to go on some type of radical trip or adventure, and you're like, I don't need this shit. And you're just doing stuff on your own independently. So you're coming across as very strong, I feel like, pile number 3, to this person. And, you know, we also have argumentative and competitive here too as well, and impulsive. So somebody is kind of just, here's an interesting thing, pile number 3. You may think that this person is just out for themselves, or they're just into themselves. And the weird thing about it is that this person may believe that about you too, you know, which is very bizarre, okay? I mean, I think that they're like, you know, power number 3, or power number 3, the power of pile number 3. Pile number 3 does like to empower other people, or help other people, or do things for other people. But also this person sees, I feel like, 2 sides to you, perhaps, pile number 3, where they think that you're very, like, you know, active and daring and assertive about certain areas of your life. And perhaps at times that you try to override their opinion or override what they're doing. The interesting thing, pile number 3, is I get that they may do that to you. So their thoughts and feelings about you may not be, I just snapped my fingers like that, may not be accurate. You know, like, I'm just here as a messenger reporting to you, pile number 3, but they may not be completely accurate on where you are now. You know, this is real. IDGAF type of energy. I don't give a fuck, you know, with this Aries, and, you know, being impulsive and moving quickly through things, and being, you know, bossy or macho or competitive or fierce, and, you know, expecting like other people support you, or expecting, you know, like undying support or empowerment from what others are saying or doing, you know. And I also feel like somebody here, I'm seeing a dog that has like a longer nose, or like a bigger nose for a dog, which is really funny. Maybe someone here has a dog like that. I'm getting the name Kate. It's interesting because I just thought of Kate Spade, and I know she had purses and she was a designer back in the day, but I also think she struggled sometimes with mental health. And I think she, you know, I forget what year it was, but I think she kind of like unalived herself one year. Well, you don't just kinda, you know, you either do or don't, but anyway, she was a designer. She had her own thing, her own company, and I don't know what it was, but the pressure was just a lot for her. I'm not saying that's what you're going through, pile number 3. I'm just saying there is something very fiery, possessive, competitive, and impulsive and argumentative that is happening in this connection. And, you know, it's maybe kind of where we lost the genuine loving connection, and instead people are just kind of out for themselves, you know. And, you know, sometimes we have to be that way in life. We have to be out for ourselves. We have to be out for what we want, because other people aren't looking out for us, or they're not, you know, some people are just toxic and they're no good. And so we have to take radical actions to, you know, to drive our own agenda and courageously go our own way and kind of lead our own life. You certainly have made a big impression on this person. They see you as somebody, I feel some of you here too, you could have had a very toxic ex, like a very, very bad ex. And the person that you're talking to now sees you as somebody who's overcome this toxic ex, or somebody who is very fierce and independent and assertive and fiery, and somebody that wants to like empower others, and somebody who only wants to be around people who empower them. Okay, and some of you may have talked about your past around this person, or you may have shared certain things with them, and it's like, wow, about an ex or something that happened in a different connection. And I feel like with Aries in conjunction and empowerment here, this person's like, pile number 3 really isn't going to take any more shit anymore. Like I do think you've kind of made that pretty clear here. We have celebration. So this person, wanting to celebrate, like there is this energy of wanting to celebrate together, or having something to celebrate with the 6 of Wands. Some of you could have had a major achievement, or a major milestone, or something that you've done that you're very proud of. And ideally, the person that you're with would want to celebrate that with you, or would want to, toast to you on that type of thing. Okay. And so we have celebration. So perhaps you and this person are thinking about celebrating a goal that was reached. Okay. But we also have the wine glasses, and we have the cups, so somebody here could also, we have toxic and I'm no good. Somebody here could also have a drinking problem, or they could, somebody here could get angry when they're drinking, or have an issue with alcohol as well too, and wants other people to celebrate with them, or maybe you've had issues with alcohol. Somebody takes it too far is what I'm seeing. Okay. And maybe you've taken it too far in your past, pile number 3. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just relaying the message. But I do feel like this person's thinking, oh, pile number 3 took it too far, or I took it too far. Like there's celebrating and supporting, and then there's also like, toxic, like, issues in couples too, or in, situationships, whatever you got going on there, pile number 3. Like, somebody may like to be very mouthy and loud is also what I'm seeing here. This person may think, well, pile number 3 is unhinged, or pile number 3 has the ability to make me unhinged, or pile number 3 isn't really taking anyone's shit anymore and won't stand for anybody putting them down, abusing them, and hurting them. And they've made that abundantly clear. And some of these people may hope that they hope that they don't remind you of a bad ex. Okay. So there's some, this is kind of like really amplified energy. I feel like pile number 3. And right now we have like a bunch of planets in Aries, and we're about ready to have an eclipse in Aries. So, there's just a lot of stuff happening, and wherever Aries is in your chart, that may be where you've got something going on, or some things are happening, or because right now Sun's in Aries, Jupiter's in Aries, Chiron's in Aries. Chiron in Aries too may not be the most tactful with their mouth and what they're saying and what they're doing. And Sun Jupiter is an awesome combination, but I also think perhaps in Aries it's a bit impulsive and fiery, and it also maybe it's just like, yeah, everything's grand, everything's great, and it's my vision, and this is what I want, and it's wonderful, but what about everyone else? I don't know. Pile number 3, it's very interesting how this person is thinking about you. We have here sharing tales of love and romance, and we have the Black Moon Lilith with Gemini. Okay, so we could have Geminis or Aries here, and or somebody who has Black Moon Lilith particularly strong in your chart too as well, along with Aries energy. I mean, it's going to make somebody a fighter. It's going to make somebody very, about it, very about what they're doing and who they are and what they've got going on. perhaps a risk taker. Some of you here may be into sports, or you may be into like certain type of risk taking as well. Or you may just be into taking risks that pay off and are make you very successful and make you very, you know, good to go. Some of you here may be getting a new car is also what I'm seeing, or somebody got a fresh ride, or is looking good, or a new haircut, or is wearing, you know, a hot pair of aviators. The the reading is called Highway to the Danger Zone, which is a song from the movie Top Gun, which is like, you know, wherein like it's a super confidence type of movie. It's very active and exhilarating, and they're definitely on a mission in that movie, okay? But where do we draw the line, I think, with this I'm no good toxic card? Like, where are we drawing? Because these people are all sitting around laughing and joking and having fun and sharing tales of love and romance, but it may also be at someone else's expense, or this person may feel like sometimes you're not very careful with the things that you say, or you may say things that are funny to you but come off insulting to them in some type of a way. I mean, with Black Moon Lilith and Gemini, it's kind of like, you know, communication could also be kind of an issue. Like, what people find humorous versus what other people find humorous can be two different things. But I also feel like this person does like to like hear your stories or hear what's going on with you. And perhaps you and this person do talk to each other like in a very open or raunchy type of a way, you know, or perhaps you are brutally honest with one another, or there's some type of brutal honesty, but kind of like how far does that go type of thing. You know, if everyone's laughing at the joke, but then there's one person that's not, like that's kind of, or it's at someone else's expense, that can be kind of awkward or weird. But I mean, I also think this person's like, you know, pile number 3's got a mouth on them. They are very sexy. Like, you certainly are coming across as very strong and independent and sexy and powerful. And I feel like they do want to celebrate something with you, or they do want to have some type of a celebration with you, or go out or do something. But with this I'm no good toxic, I gotta wonder, pile number 3, like, is somebody doing a little too much? You know, there's having fun and celebrating and whatever, but there's also like too much. And the same thing with joking around or telling stories, like people telling stories to make other people jealous or get one over on the communication. I mean, I feel like for some of you, this person's like, damn, pile number 3 is brutal. Like, you know, you've got this brutal side to you, or you got this whole thing going on, or got this whole shakedown going on right now, pile number 3. Yeah. I do feel like you guys kind of maybe have been in fuck it mode, and maybe it's because somebody owes you an apology or needs to tell you like what's, you know, needs to come to you open with their emotions, and they just haven't, so you've just been doing your own thing. Now, let's go ahead for my pile number 3s, okay? So this person wants to celebrate and share tales of love and romance with you, and possibly talk about intimate details or different things. But I also feel like somebody could get a little jealous, you know? This is like meeting up with someone, talking, celebrating, hanging out, and sharing it, having a few drinks, or sharing a little bit too much, and then somebody gets kind of upset about what's said, you know? And it's like, well, fuck it, I don't care. You didn't do me right anyway, you know? So there's some interesting energy here. It definitely is the highway to the danger zone when you and this person are together. And you can see the fast car, and somebody is just driving like they don't care. And, you know, somebody's toxic and no good. Somebody here could really like speeding or driving fast too. Talk about highway to the danger zone. Like, I feel when you and this person get together, pile number 3, it is the danger zone. Let's go ahead and see what does this person have to share with my pile number 3s? What is their message here to pile number 3? We have the 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is far more relaxed and sweet and caring and gentle, you know. There wasn't a whole lot of gentle energy in this reading, but I do feel like a gentle apology or a gentle moment is definitely needed for you and this person. But we have the Tower here, you know. We've got I'm no good and toxic with the Tower. So this person's very disruptive, I feel, pile number 3, or they find you very disruptive, or something about when your guys' energy together is anything but quiet and chill. It's like very explosive, you know, very traumatic in a way, maybe. We have the 6 of Swords here. And, you know, the thing with the Tower is it takes 2 to tango. You know what I mean? It's not like one person lights the building on fire and it's like, okay, you know, it's like everybody in there. Like, my opinion on the Tower, there's 2 figures in it. It takes 2 to tango. You know what I mean? So this person may have a way of not really taking responsibility for what's happening either. I feel like they're saying with the Tower and the 6 of Swords, like, I just don't like drama anymore. Or I just don't want drama anymore. Or I'm just not down, like, with a bunch of fighting or yelling or, you know, attitude or whatever. You know, the Tower is a Mars card, so it's very forceful. And it's also very, like, forceful all of a sudden. It is very impulsive. And I feel like this person's like, you know, I can't really deal with like forceful, controlling, impulsive energy. Like I'm out, you know, with the 6 of Swords. And, you know, it's a little like not really taking responsibility though, you know, because I feel like this person has a big part in this Tower. Yeah, like I said, it takes 2 to tango. So, you know, with the Tower and the 6 of Swords, it's kind of like I'm better without the drama. But again, I feel like it's kind of sweeping it under the rug is what I feel, pile number 3. And we have the World card here. So the World card is about maturing and is about, you know, looking back at a situation and having a sigh of relief and saying, thank God it's over. And, yeah, so I also feel like this person is saying, looking back on things or looking back on our interactions, I could have done a better job possibly of not letting things get to me. I could have done, you know, I do feel like this person has some maturing to do, pile number 3, and regardless of whatever age they are. And I do feel like, you know, the World card is a very like enduring, stable card. It promises to be there tomorrow and then the next day and then the next day. It's a Saturn card. It's called the Great One of the Nighttime. So it continues on and on and on. And it's there, you know, and it's able to gather its karmic lessons together and make sense of it and study it and look back and move on from something, you know. And I feel like this person is saying, at the time I didn't realize it, I did have something, you know. I feel like they're kind of saying they wish they would have handled conversations differently, or they wish that they would have done things a little differently. I also feel like they're saying at this point they have moved on, like with peace, or they're trying not to, at this point when they look back on the situations or the memories of it with the 6 of Cups, they want to think about this situation in a very they want to think about the good times rather than focus on the bad times, or they want to have good memories of this connection, or hold on to the good memories or the sweet moments or the cute moments that you two shared, you know, or the deeper moments that were shared emotionally. Okay, it seems like a lot of those deeper emotional moments were replaced with defensiveness and lack of accountability and, just kind of maybe giving up on the situation at times, perhaps. But I also feel like this person really needed to learn some conflict resolution skills, and perhaps, you've been working on your own conflict resolution skills, pile number 3. But I feel like with the World card, they're saying, I don't want to have any hard feelings when I analyze this chapter of my life or I look at what happened. I don't really want to have any regrets either. They're like, I don't want to have hard feelings. I don't really want to have regrets. And I kind of feel like they may be saying that they're okay with the way that things ended. Like they weren't at the time, and maybe you weren't at the time either, pile number 3, or there was some major blow up. But I kind of feel like it's okay now with the Six of Swords and the World card. I kind of feel like this person is saying, like, it's okay now. It's almost maybe like they're saying we could be friends or something like that. Or we could, celebrate each other or support each other or something like that. Okay, pile number 3. And, yeah, I do feel like the chapter has closed perhaps on this connection, pile number 3. And it's all about, what we can learn. And Saturn spares no one. It doesn't matter who you are. Saturn will get you and show you your karma. And it wants you to pay your karma back now. So this person, I do think they've had to pay, for certain things with the World card here in Saturn. All right. And I also feel like this person is saying, I should have realized that you were there for me. I feel like some of you were there for this person, or perhaps you did try to help this person. And I think with maturity or time, this person can see that. Okay, pile number 3. So, it's probably better that you and this person not be together, because it is the highway to the danger zone, okay? Literally, for sure. But it's probably better, I would say, pile number 3. I'm sure you and this person both learned a lot of lessons from this connection. But hopefully things are okay now, okay? Pile number 3, I certainly hope things are calmer and easier for you guys now too, okay? So pile number 3, let's get a song here to close your reading for my pile number 3s. I know there's some sadness, I feel like, with the World card. There's always, it's so final. It's like the end of the end of the end. And, there is always some, I feel like this person has some sadness too, I will say, pile number 3. But I also feel both of you probably had a lot to learn or grow from this situation too. And perhaps apart, you do better, at a distance, pile number 3. Sometimes that's the way it is. All right. But let's go ahead and see. I also feel like some of you could have seen this person on a really bad day too, or a really bad time in their life when shit was really going bad. And I feel like they're trying to say that they're doing better now with the Six of Swords and the World card. And perhaps they do owe you an apology with the Six of Cups. Perhaps things have been stabilizing a little for them now these days. But let's go ahead. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Let's go ahead and get a song. Some of them fell on the ground, but that's okay. It is what it is, right, pile number 3? I know a lot of people hate that saying, but sometimes you got to work with what you got in the moment. So let's see, for my pile number 3s, Spirit, can you show me? Okay, there it is. I knew it was going to be a green one. I had a feeling. Okay, I Need to Know is on the bottom of the deck by Mark Anthony. They say around the way you've asked for me, there's even talk of you wanting me. I must admit that's what I want to hear. So this person wants to hear that you want them. I must admit I want to hear that you want me, but that's just talk until you take me there. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to know, okay? And perhaps you guys are like, I already told this person what they need to know, all right, with this Aries here. And I'm like, I already told them what they need to know, all right? So anyway, I like your attitude, pile number 3. Wow. Your song, all right. The Tower, all right. And Aries and Highway to the Danger Zone, okay? So your song is Electric Feel by MGMT, okay? If you haven't heard that song, you can look it up. It's a pretty well-known song, Electric Feel by MGMT. And your lyrics are, saw her in the Amazon with the voltage running through her skin, the tower, okay? Saw her in the Amazon, wild, right? With the voltage, the electricity running through her skin, standing there with nothing on. She's gonna teach me how to swim. The 6 of Swords, right? Teach, the World card, teach. She's gonna teach me how to swim. Okay, so some of you, I feel like were a teacher for this person, and you really like, you know, this person really can feel the energy when they're with you. They can really feel that powerful conjunction when you two come together, like emotionally, physically, or the thought of it. They can really feel that power in that. But there's also something very like, you know, destructive, I feel like, pile number 3, possibly about that, okay? And sometimes those connections that are like that are extremely impulsive and powerful, and they just grab you by the balls, but then at the same time they also destroy you, and it's kind of wild, you know? So yeah, saw her in the Amazon with the voltage running through her skin, standing there with nothing on. She's gonna teach me how to swim. Yeah, the World card, standing there naked, standing there with nothing on. She's gonna teach me how to swim, the 6 of Swords, okay? So, you know, this, like I said, this person somehow seeing you as some kind of teacher, or seeing you as some kind of person that could have been there during a time in their life when they were going through something really bad. And I don't know about the vibes though, pile number 3. It's a little no bueno on the, you know, staying togetherness, because it seems kind of drama, okay? But pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'd love to hear any comments or feedback that you have. For those of you that would like a personal reading, details for how to book are in the description box below. If you'd like a natal chart reading, details for how to book one with me are also in the description box below. Thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.